And hello, everybody. Happy Friday. Happy International Coffee Day.
Coffee is my lifeblood, honestly.
I was going to so I have this cute little coffee mug with little skulls on it for Halloween, and it's kind of adorable. And I was going to have it for this live, but I've already had 3 cups of coffee.
Time to stop. Time to slow down a little bit. But yeah, hi everybody. It's so great to be here, and I hope everybody has had at least 1 cup of coffee, if not 3. Yeah.
I agree, and I did hear that having up to 3 cups a day is actually relatively good for you if you're in good health or whatever. And I'm not saying I am, and I'm not saying that I'm a doctor. I just read it, and I am holding.
Wait, you're not a doctor, Pam? Are you sure?
And yeah, so I just wanted to, I kind of hold that well, I read it once.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to keep drinking my coffee.
Same. Actually, a friend suggested that I slow down on coffee, and I told her that maybe we shouldn't be friends anymore. I was just joking, but
that went through my head. I'm like, what kind of friend is that?
What kind of friend are you?
Oh my goodness. I see we have so many friends with us already. Hi, Darcy and Kat. Hi, Sunita, Sarah. Good morning, everybody. I'm here with Lee, CoCo Crochet Lee. It has been so long.
It has been. It's been so long since, we've been live, but we've been chatting, obviously, because this conversation has continued.
That's right. Oh my gosh. I'm a homeschool mom, and coffee equals fuel. I mean,
yeah,
I feel you.
I'm a one-person business, so coffee, I don't think I could survive, honestly, without it.
No. And I mean, so I did read something that the coffee itself doesn't necessarily give you as much of a boost as the ritual of making the coffee does.
The smell, it's the smell for me.
Yeah. It's something like, the Pavlov's dog thing where it's not really ringing the bell, but the ritual of making the coffee already signals the endorphins to be made. So, yeah. Ooh, Yolanda adds hot cocoa and cinnamon to hers.
Oh, that's nice.
Oh, that sounds really good. I think I should get a little bit more experimental with my coffee, maybe.
I sometimes every once in a while I'll buy one of those flavor creamers, but I don't like my coffee to be overly sweet. So I find in order to get the coffee to be the flavor of whatever it is you're putting in, it gets so sweet so fast. So yeah. I just go boring. My coffe's boring.
Are you
but effective?
A K-cup girl or a pot or?
No, we have a big. My husband, this was his graduation present to himself when he graduated university. Yeah. He got a huge espresso maker that grinds the beans and makes lattes, and I don't know how to do anything except for press the button to give me coffee. I just what's the most basic function I can do? I would like that, please. And and so it's his baby, so he has to,
I mean, at least there is an option where it's a 1 button, make a coffee.
Yes, yeah, and that's my style. I'm very easy. I don't need all the bells and whistles, but yeah, we have good coffee here because of my husband. If I was left to my own devices, though, it would be very boring.
Yeah, it is here. We have a Keurig and 1 type of medium roast, and I drink it early enough in the morning that I don't think I'm fully aware that that's what I'm drinking, which sounds terrible. But if I go out somewhere, I'm usually a latte girl. I like the creamy.
Sure.
So that's what I like. And one day I'm going to have a machine that'll make it for me.
Yep.
Maybe your husband can give me some tips.
Yeah, put it on your bucket list, and make that dream come true.
We are making some dreams come true today with International Coffee Day because we brought something out of the vault just now.
My favorite.
We have our Cafe Streamline Resin Hooks For all of you who remember these, they were discontinued a year ago today. It was International Coffee Day last year. And today we brought them back out of the vault for today only. So head to the website. I'm going to actually, let me grab you all a link.
Put a link in there. I have a whole set of, I have a lot of Furls Streamline hooks. And most of the time it's just like one hook of a color.
Yes.
But I actually have an entire set of the Cafe Swirls because they're my favorite. So I have every size, and I love them so much. They're just, you know what? Actually, I have the Cafe Swirls, and then I have the Cookies and Cream Swirls too. I have a full set. I spent all my money on those too. So these are the ones.
Some of the original resins.
What's that?
There were some of the original resins that first had. I didn't have a full set, but I loved them, and I used the ones that I did have quite a bit. Now I'm down to only this one hook because I sent the rest back so other people could have them, so they could buy them. So I kept the P because the P is my thing, right? Like I feel like it's monogrammed. So
P for Pam.
P for Pam. L for Lee.
Yeah, that's perfect.
So, look at this. All right, everybody. Yeah. Oh, everyone's talking coffee makers now and caramel lattes. Keurig has a machine that will make lattes and includes a milk frother.
That sounds amazing.
Well, Lindsay, I may have to check that out because that's really exciting. And I mean,
everyone's going to have really good coffee after this.
Right? Now I'm going to have a fourth cup just because I'm talking about it so much.
And then you're just going to be like doing the rest of your work all day like this.
I'm going to come up with so many great ideas. I love this. All right. It is International Coffee Day, but that is not why you're here with me today, Lee. We wanted to talk about something that we actually released earlier this week, which is the Adeline Tunisian case. And there is a reason why we are talking to you about this. And it has to do with a little bit of your family history. Did you kind of talk about the story behind this case?
Sure. So several years ago, and back when I was, kind of really deep into my work, I had everything kind of in place for Tunisian crochet. I was doing a lot of it at the time, and Furls was coming out with your beautiful Tunisian crochet hooks, the long ones, and I needed a place to put them because I was putting them in a cup and the cup would fall over. They're very long, and they were just kind of like rolling around. And so I was looking around for something to put them in, and I remembered that I inherited a vintage knitting needle case from a family member that passed away. So when my family member passed away, this was a really long time ago, but I inherited all of her knitting supplies, so her yarn and her knitting needles. And in the supplies was this really cool leather case. And so I started using it, and it's perfect for the Furls crochet hooks, the Tunisian ones. So you can see them there. And so this was my family member's case. And when I was just chatting with Harrison one day, I was like, I think I might have shared a picture of it on Instagram or something like that. Yeah. And then Harrison and I started a conversation about it, and I was like, oh yeah, it's just, this family member's case. It's a vintage one. And so it kind of like sparked the idea of maybe Furls could make one, so that more people could store their Tunisian hooks in a better way. So that's kind of the genesis of it. And then you guys came out with this one, which is kind of an updated, sleeker version. It's gorgeous. And the cool thing that I noticed right away is that it has a zipper in the back, which my vintage one doesn't have that, but you can put your notions and patterns and everything in the zippered back, which is really cool. So it's a very cool case, and it's just really neat to see, something that was a loved family member's, case that I treasure, and then to see it kind of, carry on, which I think is really cool.
Yeah, I love that. And so this was actually, I believe this whole kind of collaboration was started before I even started at Furls. Like it's been years.
Yeah, this was a long time ago. It was a really long time ago.
So it is, I just say, it doesn't even fit in the screen. It is so big.
Yeah.
But the great thing is it does fit straight Tunisian hooks, and it also fits straight knitting needles too.
Yeah. Yeah. So in my original one, because you guys sent me the updated version, but I haven't moved my hooks over yet. But I have like the there's the Tunisian hooks, and then I have this way a couple of straight needles in there as well. And when I got this case from my family member, it was filled with all of her knitting needles. So it's really cool.
I also the one thing I did notice as well is it's obviously it's
really dark. Yeah.
But I think in your case there was maybe a string that was holding.
Yeah, it's like it's just like a cheap elastic string, across on my family members. It's just like a black elastic, if you can see that. And then on the Furls one, it's updated to be like a thicker, like actual, a really good quality. So it's kind of neat to see it because it's kind of like the improved version of, a vintage case, because there's so many great things about that one. But if you're recreating it in like a more modern way, then you want to update it with things that people need, right? And that elastic is like in the vintage one, the elastic is old, so it's like stretched out and it doesn't hold it in some places. Yeah. So this one's really cool.
Yeah. Oh, well, I'm glad you think so. Obviously, it is, a lot more sentimental.
Yeah. So. Yeah, very sentimental, but like in the best way, right? It's really neat because maybe in the future someone will get my things, and those are things that stick around forever.
I love that. I think that is so cool. And right now as well, if you purchase one of the Adeline leather cases, we are putting a Tunisian hook in the box with your purchase. So, and it's until we run out. So as you know, I guess I saw a couple of comments. We do not have Tunisian hooks on the site right now. So actually this case was ready for release a long time ago. But we were updating our Tunisian hook tips, and we haven't been able to finalize with our manufacturer the updated design yet. And so we kind of just decided, well, people already have Tunisian hooks and knitting needles and need a case. So even if we don't yet have our updated version, at least you can get the case. And we do give you a free Tunisian hook with it while supplies last. So there is that. So, and we will be making Tunisian hooks in the future. Absolutely. We just want to make sure, like, we are working, as you probably noticed, to update a lot of our products right now and just take the time to, take the feedback we've gotten over the years with some of the products and make sure that they're, tweaking them and just making them the perfect product for you all to use. So we're taking our time. We want to make sure we're doing it. So.
Everything takes time, and it's pretty interesting to be behind the scenes on a lot of these things. And especially, not just with the manufacturing of like the Furls hooks and obviously the genesis of this project, which again, it was a really long time in the works, but in my work too, like working on books and things, it takes, I start a book a year in advance and it comes out, a year and a half later. So things take a lot of time. You may like, it's kind of weird to realize it when you start getting behind the scenes and things.
Mm-hmm. Oh my gosh. As someone, we actually talked about this before we went live. As someone who loves sharing secrets, sometimes it's hard to know that you can't. And there are some things that are better off not talking about them yet. But, we do have other products that are coming to you very soon. And oh my gosh, I'd love to talk about all of them with you. Just know that we've taken all of your feedback, and we have oh my gosh, I'm loving the comments. Yes.
I can't see them. You have to read them to me, Pam.
I'm so sorry. I thought you could. So someone is asking, will we be making Tunisian hooks in the future? The cases are great. What a nice story. You do not, Annie, there is no code. It is added at the warehouse. So they're just going to be popping one in every box. It's either an 8mm or a 10mm king snake or Cruella Tunisian hook.
Oh, I love the Cruella.
Aren't they? Oh, they're both. I think I really like them
I think
both.
I might have one. Hang on, let me see if I have the Cruella. That's the spiral one, right? It's so
The
pretty.
Cruella one, yeah, it's on like an angle.
I'm pretty sure this is it.
Sarah says, I'm excited for new hooks. The furls are so pretty, but I didn't know they existed. Sunita, yes, we do have a few left.
That's the Cruella, right? Yeah, it's like a spiral of black and the brown wood.
Yeah,
it's so pretty.
So pretty.
I always think they look like magic wands.
They do.
Mm-hmm.
They do. Karen's saying it's a good thing I got my Tunisian crochet hook from Furls years ago. Oh my gosh, I'm missing. There's a ton of comments coming in, so I am missing some. We have, it looks like 74 people are with us right at this moment. Hi everybody.
Hi everyone.
Hi Lee, you are amazing. I'm proud of you.
Oh, Fran. Oh, for some reason I can see the comments now. Just friends. I don't know.
Oh, I popped it up on the screen.
Oh, okay. Thanks, Fran.
Oh, so Lee, you make beautiful projects. Like your designs are wonderful. For someone who's new to Tunisian crochet, do you have any like tips to get started that you wish you would have known when you were starting out?
Yeah, actually, when I first learned how to do Tunisian crochet, I matched the hook size with like the recommended yarn size. And that's never a good idea with Tunisian crochet because the stitches are so tight. So it's always a really, really good idea to use a bigger hook than you need for Tunisian crochet. That's like number one tip. Always go up in hook sizes. Right. Because then you'll get a nice fabric.
Because if not, it tends to curl up at the bottom, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that's a really good one. That was when I was first testing out stitches as well. I noticed that was the first thing.
Yeah, you have to do it loose. But loose is better with Tunisian crochet. You always want it to be really loose.
Right. Do you have patterns on your site for Tunisian?
I think I did a big blanket with Annie's a long time ago. I have a blanket on my blog with Lion Brand yarn. It's called, I want to say the Lake Louise throw. I'm pretty sure it's a free Tunisian pattern. And then this week I just launched a Skillshare class for a beginner Tunisian pillow. So you can watch the Skillshare class for free with their 1-month trial, and you can try out the Tunisian pillow pattern. And it has like a sampler of 4 different Tunisian crochet stitches, and it's a pillow cover, so it's a really it's a really good way to learn.
That's fantastic. Yeah. And so is that available on Skillshare right now?
Yep, yeah. So the Skillshare class is like soft launch this week, so like a quiet launch to make sure that there's no bugs on the site, and they're announcing it after the weekend. So you can actually get started on it now though if you want to.
Amazing. And that's just Skillshare.com?
Skillshare.com, and then you can search my name, and my classes are all on there.
I will grab a link for everyone right now.
Thanks. I used a Tunisian furl set hook for my pillow in the class, so you'll see the magic wand there. It really does look like a magic wand.
Oh yeah. Oh right. Oh, hold on. I think I have to sign in to be able to. Oh, here we go. Am I finding it? I'll find out in a moment, everyone. It is searchable though right now, right?
I think so. Yeah, should be.
Oh, I found you.
Yay!
Is it the Vibrant Throw Pillow?
Yes.
Is that the one?
Yeah.
Okay. I am going to drop a link in our live right here so you all can go and sign up for Skillshare and take Lee's course.
Yeah, it's free for a whole month to watch the videos, so you can peek around in there and see what classes you want to take. It's pretty cool. There's 5 of them under my instructor name.
Oh, I love that. And a month is more than enough time.
Yeah.
To do a pillow, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Okay, that's amazing. And what yarn did you use for that one?
I use Lion Brand for all 5 of them. I think I
Okay,
used, I want to say Vanna's Choice. So it's just like a medium weight acrylic worsted, super
perfect.
easy. The kind of, the kind of yarn that most people have in
I
their
think a
yarn
lot of us
stash.
have
Yeah.
sitting around.
Yep.
Oh, that's wonderful. Um, and do you, so that I was going to say what's next for you, but I guess that's like the big thing that's happening right now is the launch of the
Yeah.
class.
The launch of the Skillshare classes, that was really big for what I've been working on. And yeah, I've just been working behind the scenes on a lot of things that have been keeping me really busy. And I can't wait until I can talk about those ones, but I can't yet. So.
Well, I won't cry because I know that that's not very nice. So, let me see if I can think of something else to ask you then that's not going to
I know my work is so difficult, Pam. How do
like
I?
think of your NDAs.
Yeah, right. I have to make sure I don't, everything that I work on is like behind the scenes until it's not, which is a really interesting place to live. And it's been like that since about 2020 when I started working on the Harry Potter book. And I
Yeah.
couldn't talk about that one for a year. And then I did the Friends book and I couldn't talk about that one. And then I did the Pokemon book and like everything that I'm working on, it's just so secret all the time. And it's kind of you become really, really good at keeping secrets, but it's also like kind of a bummer where you're just like, man, I just want to be able to talk about it.
So, two questions then about, well, first is a comment because I
Sure.
know as someone who needs to create content for their business,
Yeah.
not being able to talk about what you're doing is difficult when it comes to content creation. However, your reels and TikToks and your feeds everywhere, you would never know it because they're very creative. They're still craft focused, but without actually giving anything away. So if someone wants
Yeah.
to follow you on social media, I mean, I'm sure everyone already is, but if they're not, where can they find you and what can
Uh, the main one is CoCo Crochet Lee on Instagram, and it's like my name as displayed here on the live, but with dots in the middle of the words. That one's my favorite one because I have a lot of fun with reels. It's more just like my happy place, so I post a lot of like funny things and just having fun with crochet in general, so that one's the best one. And then I have like my website, cococrochetlee.com. I'm everywhere. All of the places that you normally go, it's just under CoCo Crochet Lee. So yeah, you can always come in and see my really funny dumb reels.
I just posted a link to your Instagram account so everyone can go and click over and see what you're up to. And then my actual question
Yeah.
is, you're doing or you've done several very big crochet books that have like these huge fandoms. Like
Yeah.
these aren't small. How do your kids feel about, like, do they understand the gravity of these types of collaborations that you're doing?
Uh, they do, and they are used to it where they just like it doesn't even phase them anymore. So it's kind of like I was telling you some exciting news before the live and I told them and they're like, oh cool, and they just like it doesn't really like they just think it's normal now that happens. And they also can't really like go around telling their friends about it right now either, so they've kind of gotten used to not really talking about it very much. They can't really go to school and be like, guess what my mom's working on. So
Right? Well, kids are the worst for your ego. And like how hard is it to sometimes impress them, right? Like
it's a little bit hard. And Conan, actually, my little guy, Conan is a really tough critic. Like I just did a whole series of monsters for Lion Brand yarn that are coming out sometime in the future, but I did, I think 6 of them or 7 of them, and he'll tell me, he's like, no, that one's not as good as that one, or like, and you're just like, okay, cool, thanks, Conan, like, thanks for the Thanks for the feedback. So I get really harsh feedback from my son in particular, my little guy. But you know, sometimes you need that humbling voice from an 11-year-old.
I mean, so now I'm curious. So everyone's kind of going through right now talking about some of the books that you have written, and
Sure.
along with some other very talented designers as well.
Yeah.
You know, it's been like a big collaboration.
Yep.
It has me curious because I know it's hard not to have something that you're a fan of, right? Like a show or a series or a you know, movie,
Yeah.
a book series, you know, literally anything. And it just has me wondering, you know, what are some of the fandoms that our followers are huge fans of and that would love to see made into some kind of book.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
the Friends book. I mean, that is why. So we had, I was supposed to go to a Friends exhibit in Toronto. They had like that
Mhm.
Friends experience. And so a bunch of my friends flew in from all over Canada and I couldn't make it. And I was so sad.
Oh no.
I know. It was like the one where Pam wasn't there. It was basically
Oh, that's so
that one.
sad. That's really sad.
It was really sad because, you know, it was such a part of my teenage years. And
Same here. Yeah, we watched it when it came on TV, when cable television was like a regular thing, not Netflix.
never missed an episode. And so
Yeah.
to not be there, I was like so crushed. So when I saw that you were doing the book and I saw all the wonderful designs that were in it, I was like, oh, that's got to be the coolest experience.
It's super cool, and it's definitely so the Harry Potter book and the Friends book was a collaborative one where I was able to ask like fellow designers to come in and work with me on it. The
Mm-hmm.
Pokemon book was completely solo, so I was on my own with that one and on my own with The Secret. And there's something to be said about doing the ones with like other designers and friends, because then you can be like geeking out together. So we had like a whole group board, and like obviously like everybody's in on The Secret and you get to have a conversation about it. And be able to talk to at least somebody for the year.
Mm-hmm.
But with the Pokemon book, I'm a huge Pokemon fan, and the only people I could talk to it about it was my immediate family. So my kids and my husband, you know, they geeked out about it. But I think I might have been a bigger fan than any of them because I've been watching Pokemon since I was a little kid, and I have like the Pokemon game on my phone. And I was like, oh my God. So like when Pokemon happened, that was like a really difficult one to keep quiet and
There
and like
are hundreds of Pokemon.
there's so many.
I know because my son used to like rattle them off. He had them all memorized. He knew
Yep.
all their, I don't even know what the words are. So did you decide which ones would be in the book?
Yep. So I got to it was 20 Pokemon, and I got to like give suggestions on ones that I wanted to do. And then Pokemon came back and said like we are really interested in say like these 5 in particular, and they are the more difficult ones because the first book was really it was like the generation 1 Pokemon that are really easy, so like Pikachu and like really easy shapes. And then for the second book, we went into the future generations of Pokemon. So they started to get more like sharp edges and shaping and just like extreme detail. So I feel like that's why they reached out to me, because they were looking for somebody that would be able to do it. But it is a little bit more difficult than the first book because the Pokemon are not just like little bubble guys anymore. They're more like skulls and, you know, just like different. It's really interesting. So I was able to be like, yes, I can do this for you. And then they turned out amazing. Can I show you one of them? Hang on.
Absolutely.
So this is Cubone. So he's like a dinosaur with a skull on, and his skull is like, Pokemon like wanted it to be so detailed and they want it to be seamless, and like they have like a vision, right? And you have to kind of execute their vision and make it as close to basically as close to an action figure as you can get. And so it was really challenging. Like it's hard to do that as a designer, right? So I'm really proud of him. I think he looks great. He has so much detail. So
I want to for those who are, wondering, I want to share here a picture of what it looks like. I'm going to screen share.
Oh yeah, the real Pokemon? Yeah, that would be really cool to see.
Hold on. Let me see if I can find, because if you don't know Pokemon.
Right.
And like my son has these cards in his room, but we obviously do not have time to go and
just let me go run to my son's room.
Because I would like to say that it's perfectly organized and I know exactly where it is in his room, but I don't.
Yeah.
But if you can see this.
Yeah, there he is.
So this is the character on the Pokemon website. And then
looks good, right?
I mean,
it's pretty spot on. And I feel like it's like that for a lot of the Pokemon in the book, where it's like, I'm really proud of how spot on it was. And we had to go back and forth a few times for the characters for design work, right? So Pokemon would come back and say like, oh, you need to increase this size and decrease whatever, and make that edge more clean, whatever, all of these like different things. But one Pokemon in particular that I don't have with me was a Pokemon that's like a fire rabbit. His name is Scorbunny. And the first like entry that I put in for my design, Pokemon was like, you almost got it a spot on. And I was like, yes!
That's amazing.
So I in particular, I love Scorbunny in my book because it was like one of the, like, I almost got it on the first try kind of guys, because it was like almost spot on. I was like, yes.
I think even my kids would be impressed if I made them those for Christmas.
Right?
That is just so cool. So cool. Jigglypuff is a favorite of Sarah.
Jigglypuff is so cute. Scorbunny is really cute. Yeah, I can see that one.
That is just so much fun. Do you obviously not talking about the upcoming ones that you cannot talk about?
Yeah.
Putting it out into the universe, is there a fandom that you would just love to get your hands on and do a book for?
I don't know if I can like say, just in case they happen to come to fruition. I don't know. I'll just say, but I would love to do Jurassic Park. I'm a huge dinosaur fan and I love Jurassic Park. I have 4 older brothers, and like I saw the first Jurassic Park movie with my brothers in the front row, and I was so scared. And like I thought the dinosaur was going to eat me, and I've been obsessed with her ever since. Like I'm obsessed with the raptors. I just dinosaurs are huge for me. So and Jurassic Park in particular, just because it reminds me of my family and my brothers. So I think Jurassic Park would be super cool. I would love that.
That would be so awesome. We actually talk about Jurassic Park a lot at Furls, and it is because there have been 1 or 2 instances where with our resin hooks, there was like a little something in it. Do you know what I mean? Like when we're doing our quality control and we're like, is that a speck of dirt? Maybe it's like a little bug. Maybe it's like Jurassic Park. And then
it's a dinosaur in amber and you can clone it.
And that is where and then of course our imaginations go so far.
Life finds a way, Pam. Life finds a way.
Maybe we should put bugs, like little plastic, not real.
Not real, yeah.
But like it would just be so cool. And our Leo hook actually looks like amber a little bit.
Nice. Yeah.
Wouldn't that be neat? I feel like we should just, do a little of that. Then we could do like a hook. We could do a book. We could have like a whole thing.
The whole thing.
So much fun. So much fun. Oh yeah. Jurassic Park is a huge Giraffic Park. That is adorable. When Chris's daughter was a toddler.
That's so cute. Jurassic Park.
See, I agree. How stinking cool would that be?
That'd be really cool.
Okay, I'm glad to know it's not just me, because I'm like,
No, that's super cool. I love it.
Yeah, I just think that is so cool. All right. I know I've taken up a lot of your time today. I just want to remind everyone that the Adeline Tunisian case, inspired by the vintage case that Lee inherited from a family member,
Yeah.
is available on the website, furlscrochet.com. And the first 100 or so, I know there was a little over 100, but purchasers get a free Tunisian hook with it. So I think that's pretty cool. And it's International Coffee Day. So Coffee Streamlines out of the vault. So, the comments are just wonderful, Lee. Actually, here's a great question. This is a really good question.
Sure.
Was the family member named Adeline?
No. I actually didn't want to say who the family member was because I didn't want to cause confusion, but a lot of people follow me and know about my grandma. And she is she's like my person, right? But I didn't want to say that I inherited the case from my grandma-in-law. It was my husband's grandma that passed away, and this was a really long time ago, like years and years ago she passed away, and I inherited her things. But I didn't want Furls to like have to explain to people or like cause confusion that people would think that my grandma passed away, because she's perfectly fine. So we to avoid confusion, we just said family member. So as not to worry anybody, my grandma's okay. She's fine.
Yes.
And so I let Furls just pick a name. So Furls just picked a random name. It's not my family member's name. It was just easier that way to not cause any confusion or scare anybody or worry anybody.
Right. So the design of the case is based off of Lee's vintage inherited case.
Yes.
But everything else is Furls, the name, the zipper on the back.
Furls just updated it and made it more awesome, which is great.
I mean, it was already so awesome. So I just think it's so beautiful. The Tunisian hook that you get is going to be either an 8mm or 10mm Tunisian or Cruella. So it is random which one you get, and it will be nestled safely inside your case. So yes, Lee's grandmother is fine. Everything's
my grandma's okay. My grandma is doing
great. Years and years ago. This was before I even started with Furls 3 years ago.
Yeah, this was a really long time ago.
Long time in the making. Cafe hook is out of the vault while supplies last, which I think is really exciting too. And I think that's it. I don't want to take up too much of your time, although it's been amazing working with you.
Oh, it's so great to chat with you.
And it's always nice talking to a fellow Canadian as well. So someone else who gets it.
Yep.
How cold it is here. Is the weather changing beautifully where you are as well? Because you're on the East Coast.
We're in Halifax, and it's an absolutely gorgeous day outside, and we're actually going to go for a walk now. So I'm pumped.
Oh, yes. Marky, thank you for reminding me. We got to do a giveaway first for a case.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my goodness. Okay. So we're going to give you guys 2 more minutes to just comment as much as you want. Comment about anything you want, and then we're going to randomly go through and scroll, and Lee will tell. She can't even see the comments. She's going to tell me when to stop, and we're going to pick a winner that way for a free Adeline Leather Case.
Oh, that's awesome.
I do want to say though that the Furls Girls are hitting the road again in October, and so myself and Lorene are going to be flying to the warehouse. We're going to be spending a little bit of time there, visiting Harrison for his birthday. He's turning 30 this year.
Oh my gosh, he's so old.
We need to go support him through this difficult time. And we're going to just be doing our annual visit to the warehouse. But then we're going to be making a pit stop on the way home, where we will be stopping in New York and attending Rhinebeck this year. So
that's so exciting. I've never been.
This is going to be my first time too, and I'm very, very excited, and just realized I don't have, what am I going to wear?
You have to wear something knitted or crochet for sure.
I do. I'm going to have to go dig into not that I have a lack of projects that I've made that are sitting in, downstairs. So I'm going to have to dig something out and bring it with me. I'm pretty excited about it.
That'll be really fun.
He's a baby. Oh, man. Mandy from YouTube. Hi, Mandy. I say he's a baby. I'm only 5 years older. Well, the years they go by quickly once, you get a little bit older too. So my kids feel like a year takes forever right now. So,
right. I have a teenager and it's like time has slowed down and they have every feeling ever in the day, the spectrum of feelings within the hour, actually.
I'm really nervous because my 8-year-old already does. And I just keep thinking, what is she going to do when she's like 15? I don't know. I don't want to think about it yet. All right. We have lots of great comments. So let's go through and I'm going to load some of the older comments so I can just scroll through. One person is going to win an Adeline Leather Case today. So, all right, I'm scrolling. So,
okay. Do you want me to say stop? I can't see anything.
Yeah, you're going to say stop whenever you want.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, stop.
All right, we have Francis Metallo. Congratulations. You have won an Adeline Leather Case. So I need you to please email support@furlscrochet.com, subject line winner. I'm going to write this down.
Congrats, Fran.
Claim your case. That is so exciting. I'm also going to write down your name so that Victoria doesn't get mad at me. I tend to not do this, and then she gets surprised with the message, and I'm very sorry, Victoria. I need to get better. Okay. So I don't remember what I was writing now. Please email. See, this is what happens.
Please email. You have the coffee jitters.
I don't know if it's too much coffee or not enough. Crochet.com. Subject line winner. All right. There we go. Francis Metallo, congratulations. And everyone else, DeVeter's here too. I just saw this. Hi, DeVeter. I'm going to see DeVeter in New York too. I can't wait to have her.
That's exciting.
One of my favorite people. All right. Thank you all for joining in. Thank you again, Lee, for taking time.
Oh, yeah. Anytime, Pam.
I love it. And I guess we'll see you all again real soon.